Ahoy there, Captain Benzie here, coming at you all with a quick video to discuss my thoughts and feelings so far, my first impressions on EVE Echoes. Now this is of course where CCP has teamed up with NetEase to bring the EVE Online universe from PC to mobile. Now, I was a big EVE player when I was in university, and shortly after, when I was living on the boat, yeah, hence the name Captain, and when I was living on a boat in London, one of my boatmates was a huge EVE Online player and kind of taught me the ropes. Now, that's going back a long time. I'd forgotten an awful lot of this. I'm jumping in now with this as a mobile game, just to kind of have a little go and see what it's like. Now, the idea of EVE is it's a mix of your traditional MMORPG, where you sort of create your character and go off and do epic things, and a space simulator. You won't find the whole kind of, leveling up your character, buying new swords and armor and all that kind of thing, questing around different locations. It is very much a space simulator. Now, first things first, I do have to say, if you can see the game at the moment, this is a stunning looking title on mobile. Yeah, there's a little bit of slowdown at the moment, even on the Razer Phone 2, and there's occasional jumpy moments like you can see typically as I'm saying it there. And it does get a little bit hot, but optimization, we've been told, is something that's coming later. As it stands though, just checking out the game and the graphics, this is a stunning little gem. Now, the basic concept of EVE is simple. You are a capsuleer, a pilot in the New Eden Galaxy. You pick one of your 4 starting races, either like the Caldari, the Gallenti, the Amarr, or the Minmatar. Now, ultimately, very little of that actually matters, and yay, some of my ores have just sold. Very little of that matters other than kind of your picture. Here I've gone for Minmatar. Your picture and your backstory ultimately comes from that, but beyond that, once you've done the tutorial, you can kind of go into any of the spaceships out there. So I'm Minmatar, I am using Minmatar ships at the moment, but I can equally just go and buy Caldari ships or Amari ships. The start of the game at the moment doesn't really make all of that much difference other than your tutorial experience, what some of the star systems look like and which ships you begin the game with. From there, EVE is very much a sandbox. What I'm doing at the moment is just literally running a couple of delivery quests to earn some ISK being the main currency in the game. But it's entirely up to you. You can go mining and make a fortune by gathering ores and selling them. Or you can take those ores and manufacture your own ships or ship parts. You can start up corporations doing this kind of stuff, where you have people at the bottom who are your miners and bring in your raw resources, your primary businesses, up to your tertiary then of taking all of those ores and building those into the spaceships, delivering them to people, even hauling. There is genuinely, you can earn a lot of money just by getting yourself a nice big ship with a cargo bay, sizable cargo bay, and just delivering stuff to people. What I'm in here is a destroyer. This is a Minmatar Thrasher. I've equipped this with some artillery and some shield repairs, and this is sort of my travel around, do stuff ship. This is, for me, it's a decent combat ship, it's a decent delivery ship, it's just a great little starter. But for the solo experience, it's very basic, kind of, I can do what I want, and that is EVE in a nutshell. You really can do whatever you want to do. If you want to be a pirate and just blow up enemy ships and steal their stuff, you can do. If I go here to the map, the star map, you can see that there are different numbers next to areas. The higher the number, the more secure the system. Anything below 0.4 doesn't really have much of a kind of space police presence, I suppose you could call it. So it makes it very, very easy for you to just jump in, nuke someone, steal their stuff, and run off. Of course, though, there are repercussions to that. You will get a name for yourself. EVE is all one server as well. Ultimately, this is, it's not like other games where you come in and you've got your typical kind of pick which server you're on and you can only play with other people who are on that server. No, EVE is all one server. If you're in North America, there will be Chinese, Japanese, Indian, European, African. All of us are all on the one server. Crikey, look at that. Just look at that beautiful space station there in the distance, with the Gelhan 5 planet there. Sorry, I love the graphics of this game. As I said, at the moment I'm just autopiloting back and forth and doing some delivery quests. Basically, you can come down to encounters here, and you can see here I've got like nuclear leak threat where, as it'll tell you, a nuclear material leak occurred in the station, the personnel have not been evacuated, local managing is contacting nearby pod pilots for help rescuing the workers from the dangerous radiation. So I've just gone and picked them up. I'm now autopiloting my way to their drop-off spot. Under news, you can see there are other things here. Like here, you can see this one's a storyline one. I'm not quite willing to jump into this one yet, just because it's low security area, 0.4. But I will go and try that one in a moment. I just want to get this delivery done first. And you can obviously it's 18 jumps away. I've got, and then let's confirm that and accept it. Basically, you have all of these different like quests and encounters you can do just as a way of keeping up basic solo play, or of course, as I said, things like mining, gathering, prospecting, exploring, joining bigger corporations, being even, crikey, as silly as it sounds, I mentioned that things like hauling is an actual legitimate choice of how to play this game, with the whole kind of, you know, I'm just gonna get a big cargo ship and I'm going to transport stuff back and forth. When you buy stuff on the marketplace, you either have to go to the station where it's being sold, or you have to have it delivered. You can be that delivery guy, and if you want to deliver to low security areas, or, you know, if you're in low security areas you're delivering from, you know, you're servicing those places, you may even need an escort. At which point, yes, you can be a combat specialist who is there to escort convoys. Eve is literally, and yay, I'm getting more stuff sold. Happy days. I did some mining earlier and I've sold some stuff. That's a video that's going to be coming up later. It is a complete and utter sandbox. Now, my thoughts and impressions at the moment, ultimately, it's a mixed bag. It's overly positive, overall positive, but it's a mixed bag. Like, as it stands, the fact that my device in my hand is rather hot at the moment, and there's a bit of stuttering, is disappointing. But again, you've got a game that looks this stunning on mobile, you know, you kind of deal with that. The world is huge, but there's a lot of stuff that if you've played the PC version is currently missing, so there's that, I suppose. If you're coming into this expecting the full EVE Online PC experience to be here on mobile already, it's not. We are still in beta, there is still stuff being added and being worked on. We know there's a couple of bugs here and there. The developers have been very, very communicative. If you're in the EVE Echoes Discord, they are very good at letting you know what's going on and doing a roadmap of what's coming and where everything's going, all that kind of thing. You know, so far that's been quite impressive. In regards to what else you can kind of do, as you can see here, this is your basic menu. Obviously, beyond the encounters, which are just like your standard quests, you've got your skills. Skills are just stuff you choose from a massive list of different things that you can like add and decide what you want to do with the game. So like at the moment I've been working on frigate command and advanced frigate command and destroyers because I want to go into things like salvage and mining. So I know that I'm going to be using mainly those small ships. Those are going to be useful for me. Plus I've taken up things like mining is one of the ones that I've got well and truly learnt all there. And skills just learn over time. You set up a queue, and those skills learn over time. Yes, now some of these, destroyer engineering is going to take nearly 44 hours to complete. That's a level 5 skill. These do take a long time, and that's also how you level up. As your skills go up with time, so goes your skill points level, like your level 5 there. That gives you different tech levels like you see here. Next level will give me Tech 6 ships access, cloaking devices, bombs, and interdiction spheres. Now, you earn these fairly quickly. I've been playing 3 days now, and I'm already level 5. As you can see, I'm closing in on level 6. So that's not an issue at all. You know, the progress at the moment is pretty good fun. Under fitting, you've got a decent choice of all the crazy stuff that you can put into your ships. And whether you want, like here, small shield boosters, afterburners, I've got an armor repaired module on there. I've got 3 howitzers equipped to this particular ship. It's a long-range artillery vessel that I'm using it as. You can see all the stats here on the side. I don't know, to me, this is very much, it is the EVE Online experience condensed down to mobile, and I am adoring this at the moment. Like, I've barely played anything else. Armajet, Command & Conquer Rivals, I've touched for a couple of quick matches here and there. Brawl Stars the same, you know, I've logged in, collected my free stuff, maybe done 2 or 3 quick games, and then I'm straight back into EVE. I'm just having fun flying around, exploring, doing these basic encounters, and slowly working my way through doing all of these story missions here. You can see there I'm working my way through the story missions. But I'm just having great fun. I've lost a ship already. This is something that is worth noting in EVE, that yes, permanent destruction is a thing. I was out earlier in a Thrasher, you can see here, 760,658 ISKs worth of ship was blown apart. And then my capsule, which is like you in a pod, that was blown apart as well by blooming NPCs of all things. So I finally worked my way back to a station. I bought myself another Thrasher and equipped it out. The first rule of EVE is that you do not fly in something that you cannot afford to lose. And I've managed to get a decent starting point here, as you can see, and I've got obviously the starting Reaper and Slasher, but I've got my Probe for mining, a Rifter for transport, and my current Thrasher just for flying around in, and I'm working my way towards some of the bigger ships. And if I jump into the market, you can kind of see what that's all about here as well. So you've got like the different ships. The one I'm looking for is under battle cruisers is the Hurricane. This is an absolute beast of a ship. I don't think it's going to be able to show much of it there. You can have a look at its details here and what it can do. This is the ship that I mentioned. If you watched my my getting excited about this, about EVE Echoes video, I mentioned the Hurricane was the one I jumped through into Lowsec and finally nuked Pool after it'd been like blowing me apart for days. So yeah, that's it. That's what I'm working towards at the moment, that Hurricane, 280 million ISK. Of course, I do need to wait for someone to actually start selling them, because the wonderful thing about EVE is it is entirely player-generated. As you saw there, there's no Hurricanes in the market yet, and that's because no one in this current area is making and producing them. That's under industry. Yes, you actually have to manufacture stuff and sell it on the market. Yeah, if you want a new ship and it's not available, you can make it yourself. And if you find that there's a hole in the market, why not go into ship production? Make an absolute fortune that way. Start up your own company, building and exporting ships. Anyway, guys, I think that just about wraps up everything that I want to say at this point in time on EVE Echoes. I will have, obviously, I'll be on the game a lot today. But I will be watching and monitoring the comment section in this particular video. So if you have any questions about the game, about, like, you know, you want to know what it's like, or you've played a bit of EVE Online and want to know if X, Y, or Z is in there, or is your device supported, that kind of thing, come ask a question in the comment section below, and I will respond to most of the ones that I see. Of course, as well, if you're interested in checking out this game, get onto the EVE Online, EVE Echoes Discord server. Come join us on there. You can ask a load of different questions about what's going on there, find out like what you can do, and just speak to some people there. I'm going to start this particular one here, so I'm going to undock and start moving. And basically, yeah, I'm loving EVE Echoes. Ask me questions about it in the comment section below, I will respond. Come join me on the Gaming Galleon Discord, and again, we'll have a chat about EVE Echoes and what's going on. Come join us on the EVE Echoes Discord, and otherwise, I look forward to seeing you all in space soon. So, happy sailing, and see you in New Eden.